James well-beloved customers, you ain't changing them. In my experience, they are the hardest customers to even get to think. I've had customers say to me, I feed would you feed James well-beloved, but I'm not changing. I'm like, okay, I wasn't going to try because you feed James well-beloved, but that's fine. So on the food, if it's science plan, like raw canning is it's a fine food, but it's a premium price for a sub-premium product. So I actually find that one, I know you said you find them really difficult customers. I find them one of the easiest because I will say a lot of the time they think, they sell it at the vets, it's expensive particularly for what it is. And then I always start with, okay, you feed raw canning. Do you want something at the same price point, or would you like something of the same quality? Generally, you're better off going with the same quality, just because if you go from real canning to Origin, you're going to end up with tummy trouble. So start off, but that will normally open the question of, what do you mean? Is that not the same thing? And then you get into the conversation of actually dog food is one of the few things where price does not equate to quality at all. You can have some of the most expensive ones that are not very good foods and some fair price ones that are actually okay dog foods. I'm sure that's controversial to the pet industry because I've worked with people who are like, Origin's the best. That's the best raw food. That's the best. I never ever say the best. I always say what's best for you and your dog.
Yeah, because every dog's so different.
I mean, we've got 5 and we feed 3 different foods. And we couldn't feed Betty on what Mal eats. We couldn't feed Oso on what any of the others eat because it just doesn't suit them and their metabolisms, their age, their sensitivities.
And also, look, Shirley, she's a real fussy eater, so she just won't eat certain things.
Yeah, there's plenty of dog foods I'd love to feed my dogs, like the 3 that are on kibble. But if she don't eat it, we've gone up to 4 different dog foods then.
Yeah, and it gets more and more complex as you go along.
It does. So we try and find one that works for Shirley, who's super fussy, and Betty, who is sensitive. Anything with too many peas in and her eyes are continuously watering, and sometimes it's ingredients we can't even pinpoint, and she's got hot spots. And so Origin, funnily enough, has never suited. I think Shirley's the only one it suited. The others, I think it's always been a bit too rich for them. We've ended up loose toilets on one of the most expensive premium dog foods that there is. Only one of our dog it actually suits. So,
but every dog is different. I think this is also the other thing is understanding. I mean, you're obviously massively into dog breeds, and you understand a lot of dog breeds. And, how a Frenchie reacts to food is very different to how, a German
sensitively,
Shepherd.
normally.
Yeah.
very skin sensitive.
German Shepherds, for example, they need a lot of volume.
And their stomach, they are really, really prone to sensitive stomachs.
I mean, I know I've said to you before, when I was young, like in the 80s, I'd have, when the whole Eukanuba thing came in, and I'd have German Shepherd owners, and they'd be like, I can't feed them on this because it's just they go around like they want to still eat everything.
Yeah.
And I used to sell them free flow tripe because it was it wasn't that dense. And
it's a good, occasionally now, I will still recommend adding a bit of tripe to bulk up a skinny dog.